Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're doing something a bit different. We're checking out a visual novel, which, I don't play visual novels very often. They're okay. I like them, but I don't know. We're going to see how this is. The last one I played, Sunflower Pie, was pretty good. But I was looking at, for a game to record on Itch.io. Sorry, gotta drink the coffee. Saw this. It intrigued me. I saw 2 came out today as well. So part 1 and 2. Also, by the way, this game is called Milk Inside a Bag or something like that. And yeah, I saw 2 was coming out today. Both are for $1, but they're lowered in price to $0. You can still donate and everything to the developer, which you probably should, because today is also their birthday, it seems like. So that's pretty cool. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's try these out. So yeah, help me buy milk. Okay. Write down your name. Faux show short. I walked down the road to the store and rehearsed my speech. It's been so long since I've been out of the house that I completely forgot what words to say when entering a store. I'm going to the store. Who are you talking to? I'm imagining as if I were a character in a game. What if it helps me gather my thoughts? Are we gonna play the silent game? Okay. I mean, I'm talking to myself here, right? I take a deep breath of air. Hello, can I... Crap, I forgot. 19th attempt, and I'm failing again. I bite my lip in frustration. So once again... Hello, can I get... Wow, that's more than a whole word more. Thank you, I'm trying my best. I think this time, the L sound was longer than usual. Do you think that's it? Who knows? Hello. Can I... I wish I hadn't said anything. Don't worry, you gotta be encouraging. Okay. By the way, you've been walking with your left foot on the pavement and your right foot on the grass for a full minute now. What? My right foot is frozen in the air? How much? 50 steps on the pavement and 51 in the grass. Does this person have OCD? Maybe you're like agoraphobic. Maybe I feel like OCD would cause you to like have that type of issues where you don't want to leave the house because you're worried that something's going on. You have to undo the previous steps. How do you imagine that? It's not the first time this has happened. You've been taught the right way, haven't you? Come on. Now, you gotta be supportive, all right, here? Have a supportive mind. Internal dialogue. Throw out the intrusive thoughts. You know, they may pop up here and there, but then you shut them down. I don't remember. I'm ready to burst into tears. Here we go again. So, step 1, take a step back to get your foot exactly in your own footprint. Oh, God. It's gonna take forever. Wait a minute. What do you mean, step 1? What then? But it's already the 52nd. Oh, wait. I'm going backwards, so then it's the 50th. It doesn't add up. Okay. Step 50. Take a step back to get your foot exactly in your own footprint. Could you rephrase it just a little bit? You can't just repeat a phrase without changing at least one word. People don't talk like that. You're hopeless. You make it sound like it's my fault. The store closes in an hour or so. You will be very, very guilty if you don't buy milk. Damn. Really? Well, are you ready? Hell yes. I carefully move my foot backwards, looking carefully into the dense grass. As I enter the store, I turn to the first person I see. Hello, can I... What the hell am I looking at here? Oh. Excuse me, what? Oh. Excuse me, what? Oh. Excuse me, what? Oh. Excuse me, what? Excuse me. You shouldn't have done that. He's obviously not going to change his lines. You run the risk of ending up in an endless loop. Excuse me, what? Oh. Excuse me, what? Oh. Excuse me, what? Oh. Excuse me, what? Is it a cardboard cutout that I'm talking to? Excuse me, what? Oh. What? Oh. What's he trying to tell you? He's trying to scare me, but how does he know that I'm terrified by the letter O? What's so scary about it? I have a frightening image when I picture it in my head. I can show you. Explaining won't be enough, but keep in mind that it'll... Something like that. So I'll just continue to ignore his question. What? Oh. What? Oh. What? Oh. What? Oh. I gather all my will into a fist. Oh. Oh. My interlocutor shook and crawled away. Just repeat it after him. And it worked. Do it more often. Wait, I said he crawled away. Did he really crawl away? I mean, I didn't even look in his direction. When exactly did you say that? Just now. Personally, I didn't hear it. He was trying to distract me. But I know that my words were shown on the screen. Man, this game is so wild and weird. I'm standing by the shelves. On the rack, there are bags of milk. We both stand, and the bags of milk are so weird. I mean, it's not that weird, right? People all over the world have different ways of getting stuff. I mean, we have jugs here in America. No, we have the jugs. And then other places, they have bags. I just don't understand what you do with the bags. Like, is there a milk dispenser? I've seen, like, bags and stuff whenever I used to work at Dairy Queen back when I was, like, 14. And, yeah, there was bags of, like, cream and stuff that you'd have to, like, hook up to, like, I think it was, like, cream or milk. It might have been milk. I don't know. But you had to hook it up to the ice cream machine. And there was these massive bags. And you had to, like, carry them out. Very awkward and weird. And you put them in a crate. But, like, what do you do if it's, like, just in your fridge? Do you just, like, have a bag? You just have a bag. And you, like, untwist it. And then you, like, pour it into a cup. And then you twist it back in. And then you set it in your fridge. And then does it just, like, flatten out somewhere? Or do you have, like, a specific compartment for your bag of milk? I just don't. That's the thing that I don't understand. Is where does the bag of milk sit? Is it in a box? I don't know. Sorry, guys. It just confuses me so much. We both stand, and the milk lies? Or maybe... Hey, slow down. Do you even remember why you're here? I need milk, right? To buy milk. So buy it. Right. Here? What do you expect me to say? I guess something like, not here. Not here. Take the bag and go to the cash register. Correct. I guess the first sentence. And you, as if out of spite, didn't pause before the second one. You want to rob me of my little victories. I sigh and reach out and take the milk, or rather the bag with the milk inside. Or rather a bag of milk inside a bag. Or rather a bag of milk inside a bag of milk. Or rather a bag of milk inside a bag of milk inside a bag. Or rather a bag of milk inside a bag of milk inside... Come on. 15 more minutes before the store closes. Hurry up. I remembered what these games are called. Visual novels. And by the way, the numbers are written there in full with letters. Are visual novels worse than books? But there, the authors are not lazy, so don't get lazy either. Wait, I thought only your thoughts were visible on the screen. Not anymore, so watch your mouth. Anyway, you heard me. Hurry up, or you'll get it at home again. I'm on my way. Hello, can I get some milk, please? You have it. Ah, give. I put a weighty bag on the register. Of course, not just the bag, but the milk too. Hi, can I have it, please? No. Please. No. But please, Mom will throw me out of the window if I get back without milk. No. But why not? Give more. But I don't have anything else. Hey. What? Pay for the milk. Haha, really? What would I do without you? I take a crumpled bill out of my pocket and hand it to the cashier. He starts to carefully examine it. It took about 2 days before he nodded contentedly and put it in the cash register. Thank you. Goodbye. What I am curious about what would happen if you select like the intrusive thought / angry self-deprecating thoughts. I walk down a familiar street past a gas station. A bag of milk unpleasantly tugs at my hand, reminding me of the days when I was in physical therapy. By the way, they gave me a bag at the checkout, so now I'm carrying a bag of milk in another bag. I guess that makes sense. Don't think anything of it. I just love the pyramidal structure of verbal constructions. The gas station is getting closer. How are you feeling? Thank you for your interest. I feel like a mile-long bar of ice cream. What is that supposed to mean? As if I tell you. I like the character. I'm assuming we, because I'm selecting what I'm choosing, so I'm really the thought in the head, and they are the person themselves. And they seemed like kind of like incapable of doing stuff at the beginning, and now they're it seems like they're opening up, you know? They're being a lot better. But I'm really interested. Well, look, the ratio of water to milk and the volume of air occupied by me is about 30-1. And yeah, ice cream is not the best unless you want to drink more than eat. Anyway, the road from the store to the gas station is a stick, and the road from the gas station to home is ice cream. During today's walk, my body has been to every part of this path. Simple math. I see. I actually did not get that at all. I feel movement under my feet. Asphalt, grains, petrol stains. I'm trying to keep my balance. And how do people move over something as uneven as the city plain? Gently, heel-toe, I count in my mind every meter of the path I walk. I even close my eyes for more concentration. Hey, watch out. Huh? I unconsciously take a sharp step on the side. At the same moment, a huge bear rushes past me with a wild screech. Hey, I'm walking here. I cast a reproachful glance at the swiftly departing giant. Its red eyes, in turn, look at me with mockery. Did you see that? How brazen. It was a truck. Oh, really? Although, if you think about it, are there bears with eyes on the back of their heads? You could have died. Come on, are you saying someone would seriously want to kill an innocent girl carrying a bag of milk? The world is a cruel and dangerous place. I'm not in the world you're talking about. I don't get it. Okay, so she was walking, not paying attention, almost steps into oncoming traffic. She says it was a bear, because that's what her mind does, I guess. It was a truck. Red eyes were the backlights. My journey continues. If you think about it, the road from the store has one interesting property. It adjusts to me in the most bizarre ways. When I am in a hurry, all the traffic lights turn off helpfully. When I feel like crying, a cloud appears over me and pours rain streams that hide my tears. Right now, I can feel a cloud slowly gathering over the top of my head. I'm sad. Really sure this is really happening? What else could it be? Has it ever occurred to you that it's all just in your head? That's not what the manual said at all. Apparently, these pills don't work for me either. Pills have nothing to do with it. Please, I just want to get home and go to bed. I really, really am very grateful to you, but please, no more. You have to accept the truth. No. You have to accept the truth. No. I'm not going to talk. You know what? What? Since I'm a character in a visual novel, I want to talk to whoever is reading this right now. That's me. It could hurt your recovery. I don't care. Do you hear me? I forcefully squeeze my head with my hands and place a thought block. Out of the corner of my eye, I notice a small bench, the perfect place for a cliched visual novel monologue. I move closer, place a noticeably weighted bag of milk next to it, and raise my head to the sky. Is that the sky? Listen, I'm a little embarrassed, huh? I realize that I'm going crazy. The medications are becoming less and less effective, so ultimately, things will happen painlessly, I hope. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yes. Really? I must be nothing like the model protagonists at all, huh? To be honest, I haven't read many visual novels. Sometimes I regret it because now it costs me a lot of effort just to distinguish between letters and words. By the way, if you don't mind, I'd rather not name my diagnosis. Let at least you be the one who sees me for who I am. Even though I made you up, don't take that away from me, okay? Don't ask me for too much. How stupid does all this seem? From the very beginning, you've been following me, reading my delusional thoughts, hearing my silly conversations. It must seem crazy and weird to you. What is it like to see the world through my eyes? Ever since, something happened, all I see is red. Red blood everywhere. No, don't worry about me. I got used to it a long time ago, admittedly. I'd even forgotten what other colors look like. Come on. Those monsters from the store, they didn't scare me at all. After all, I know they won't hurt me. Sometimes I think that they themselves are afraid of me. Can you imagine that? By the way, if you want to ask me what happened, please don't. Promise? Yes. Really? Promise. Yes. Really? I promise. I'm serious. Of course you couldn't help but ask. I didn't ask. In the end, I'm just talking to myself. Sooner or later, I would have brought it up. So you're really that interested in what happened to me? No, I said I promise. I won't waste time. What do you see? I mean, this kind of looks like a head, maybe? Is this blood? I guess I could see blood. Blood. Anyway, this is my dad. Some of his parts, at least. We do have a very difficult family. But despite all the problems, I never would have thought... Sorry, I shouldn't have raised my voice. Anyway, he jumped out the window and died. This is my last memory, then a long gap. Strange, very strange. Today is the first time I've ever been able to buy something in a store without a major incident. Of course, the medicine helped me, however. I think it's more your merit. I kept thinking, we mustn't screw up in front of the reader, or, oh my god, what will he think? I don't know why I decided to become a visual novel character for the sake of going to the store today, but it clearly paid off. Thank you. By the way, it seems to me that there are some boundaries in our communication. That's how I like it. Ooh, we removed the boundary. And yet, I've been so sad lately. I've been thinking more and more about what my life has become ever since my dad. Well, you know. Day after day, it's the same thing. I've tried so many medications that I hardly feel any difference between them anymore. As long as they help keep me on my feet, I'm happy. But you know what? Today's a special day because I have you. There's so much I want to tell you. That was very rude of you. Oh no. I'm not going to pressure you. I'm just advising you to go home. I understand. Well, dear reader, shall we go? When I get to my floor, I hang over the railing. Repeating this action every day like a ritual, I stopped being afraid of heights altogether. A few minutes ago, the effects of the medication finally wore off, so I just enjoy the blissful silence. When I'm under the influence of drugs, terrible and unpleasant melodies sound in my head, mixing with the sounds of the world around me. They create a terrible dissonance in my head. Oh, so is that why the music is just gone? I turn around and go to my apartment. Oh, I... Did you bring the milk? Hi, Mom. Did you bring the milk? Yes, Mom. Did your new medication help? Yes, Mom. Go to bed. Yes, Mom. Well, I hated that. Help me buy Bill. Oh, it's the end. All right, everyone, let's move on. Dude, I love that. That was so cool. It was like the dialogue and like breaking, I guess, like what, the fourth wall? Not really, because it's not a movie or anything, but you know, talking to the reader themselves. Very cool. I enjoyed that. Would that still be breaking the fourth wall or whatever the hell it's called? I don't know. Whatever. Let's move on to the second game because I want to see what the hell's going on. This game contains flashing images and touches on heavy topics. We're already in full screen. Ooh. Oh. Whoa. Whoa. You actually get, like, there's, like... The store is closing soon. Her hat? I know it's like a beret or whatever. It gives me like Pokemon vibes. Hello, can I? Also, that wasn't a bag of milk. Won't take much time. What do you see? Are you sure? Anyway, it's... I love... Dude, so they like animated the whole first game? Ah, that was so cool. Oh. I'm walking to my room, trying not to look around. Playful shadows dance around me here and there. They dash all over the walls, the ceiling. One of those shadows whizzes past me, touching my face ever so slightly. I smile and continue walking, paying it no mind. Sometimes it's so easy to lose self-control and track of time, spinning in a joyful dance. But I'm in a bit of a hurry here. Mom told me to go to bed. I walk past the kitchen on the way to my room. The door is shut, but I can still feel the chilling air coming from the other side. My first thought is there's a living corpse blowing into the keyhole, laughing mockingly. That's so silly. I'm absolutely sure we have no corpse in our kitchen. I know for sure that we've never had any corpses in our kitchen. I'm absolutely sure of that. Man. You can see, like, just the improvements from the first game to, like, this one. And it's, like, mind-blowing. Ah, it's so good. I break into a run and dash towards the door. The closed door. The shadows intensify their chaotic dance. Are they trying to stop me or calm me down? I don't know. It doesn't matter right now. Don't you get it? I wave my hands around as I run, trying to chase away my annoying pursuers. But then I suddenly realize that I won't be able to stop in time. I've got no other choice but to break the door now. Break the door now? If there's somebody inside, I'll surely scare them to death. But wait, how can I scare to death someone who's already dead? What if it actually revives them? No. I don't want that. What do I do? I couldn't fully complete my thought when my shoulder hit the door and it flew open. As I expected, there was no living corpse inside, but there was a bag of milk I bought today sitting right in the middle of the table watching me with its unblinking eyes. I stare back. Nothing happens. Although, what exactly did I expect? Gratitude? Have I done something that warranted it? A bag of milk probably doesn't care whether it's on the shelf or in a store or on the table of my mom's kitchen. God. I love this. The animation of, like, the visual novel, like, of the images, it makes it so much better. On the other hand, nobody would drink milk inside the store, which means I took it from the safest place in the world into the scary unknown. I'm so sorry, you poor thing. I turn away in shame and leave the room in a hurry. I only bring others trouble. I walk towards my room through a narrow corridor. Hate it. I meet a familiar, formless creature at the door. It locks me in its clutches and starts sniffing every inch of my body like a hungry dog. I'm not struggling. I know it's useless. I just stay silent and endure its tight grip that stops me from moving. Is that just like your mom hugging you? After sniffing me from head to toe, the creature holds out its ugly paws, bearing a single claw, thin and sharp like a blade. Again. I stare questioningly into the monster's bottomless eye sockets. Don't move. The creature squeezes my hands until my veins start bulging, and I just keep staring into the black cavities where its eyes should be, ignoring all the pain. I've promised so many times. Stay put. The moment it says that, its claw pierces my arm. I don't feel anything other than the barely discernible crawling under my skin and the ring of tightly sprung sinew. But then, the claw injects its venom into me. It hurts. A white veil appears in front of my eyes. My fingers cramp and start twitching frantically. I lose control over my body and slowly slide to the floor, just like last time, but why do I feel so hot? I feel my blood boiling up, strong shivers run through my body, paralyzing every single cell, while my veins and arteries heat up, almost bursting from that pressure. I try screaming, but instead of producing words, I vomit thick, milky foam. The creature notices it and throws itself at me in anger, grabbing me by the throat while keeping the poisonous claw at my arm. Kill me. Kill me. Hysterical screams resonate through the corridor. In a fit of madness, the creature starts scratching my neck. Bright splashes fly everywhere, hitting the walls with loud sound. I try to imprint where every drop fell in my memory so I could gather them all later. I need to remember. I need to. A new wave of pain washes over me. Everything turns pitch black in an instant. Say it. I'll never drink milk ever again. Say it. I'll never drink milk ever again. Say it again. I'll never drink milk ever again. I'll never drink milk ever again. Do you think I have a milk allergy? And it's because I'm like kind of going, like I have like mental health issues, that everything is kind of like showing up weird. This is so cool. I finally get to my room. I'm so tired of all this fuss. Thankfully, I still feel comfy and warm in my room. Even the weird sound coming from the outsides don't make me anxious at all. Mom told me to go to bed, so I need to perform all the needed preparations. I've washed my face, and now I'm standing in front of the mirror with a toothbrush in my mouth. Because, like, clearly what I'm seeing is not the real world, right? Like, I thought a truck in the first game was a bear and stuff like that. I don't know. I look at my reflection. It shows absolutely no desire to sleep. Yeah, I get how you feel. What was that noise? And there was a time when the last minutes before I sleep were my favorite time of the day. I loved anticipating the inevitable moment when the reality and the dream world would clash. I woke up for that moment's sake, lived through the day for it. My biggest dream was to sleep all day long. It would have been so cool, but the dreams always slowly but surely slipped away. As if someone fished them out of my head, one after another, until nothing was left. And now I have to sleep again, even though I don't feel any need for it. After finishing with my face, I usually reach out for my pills. It's funny, but I have no idea how they work separately since I always swallow them as a bunch without thinking. Now I want to have a better look at it, to twirl it around my fingers, to chew on it. I'll do anything to stall for just a little bit more time. A smooth, protruded red capsule is looking at me. It's covered in a murky, semi-transparent film, but I can still discern its contents. So what do we have inside you? I gently press on the capsule from both sides, and to my surprise, it turns out to be soft and squishy. I press harder and the capsule pops. Sticky, bright red liquid pours out. Filthy, filthy. The pill flies straight to the waste bin, and I start rigorously washing my hands. No, there's no way I'm drinking that. Next was a flat pill of the same blood red color. There were some letters printed on it. Oh, I get it. This is a medicine that makes me real sleepy. But it's not the type of sleep I want. That's not it at all. It's fake. No, no, no. I don't even want to look at it. The pill flies in the waste bin as well. The next half hour go by in similar fashion. I study every pill from all sides, and then I find a reason not to swallow it. I invent my own medicine instead and enjoy swallowing them one after another, letting myself drown in the healing effects. Hey, my neck doesn't hurt anymore. Hey, my hand doesn't hurt anymore. Hey, my head doesn't hurt anymore. Hey, my heart doesn't hurt anymore. Hey, my stomach doesn't hurt anymore. Hey, my eyes don't hurt anymore. How come I didn't think of this earlier? This is so simple. I need to brag about it to someone right away. But not to my mom. She'll just scold me. And she's sure I'm already sleeping anyway. Don't want to disturb her without reason. I'll think of something myself. Besides, I just really want some small talk. I wonder who's going to be my conversation partner. Is it going to be me again? Hey. Oh, that's me saying it to them. Ooh, so cool. Hey, long time no see. It hasn't even been an hour, dummy. You know, we're only supposed to meet once per day, right? There you go, bowling man. Oh, I picked a bully one. Aren't you even a little bit happy? Not even the slightest bit? I'm pretty exhausted after today. Well, I guess you are too. That's not true. You need to go to bed. No, you've been in control for way too long already. It's my turn now, alright? I'll just stay silent until the medicine's effects wear off. How about that? Hey, you can't do that. You need to do your best to make me feel better. That's exactly what I'm doing. What a bully. Actually, why am I even worried about this? In reality, I don't need you at all. I'm so energetic and I feel great, which means I can do anything. And you can only watch and agonize over your uselessness. I can imagine how angry you are right now. What made you so happy all of a sudden? And why would I be sad? Remember yourself a couple hours ago? I don't know what you mean. Stop lying. No, I still don't understand. Whatever. Unlike you, I won't forget that pathetic, snotty girl for a long time. She just whines and whines all the time. Don't even try ruining my good mood. I want to have fun while we're together, alright? So you're the one calling the shots now? Yeah. Well, let's see how long you can last. We'll see. Yeah. Am I really that pathetic? Say something. I can feel tears streaming down my cheeks, hanging from my chin, and then falling on my clothes, burning holes in them. That was fast, but not unexpected. Hey, at least I tried. Go wash your face, then we'll decide what to do with you. I'm in front of the mirror again. I keep staring at my reflection, trying not to get distracted by the sneery looks the walls are giving me, trying not to drown in their giggling. But then me in the mirror also shows a creepy smile, bares her teeth at me. I shut my eyes, but that doesn't help. It wouldn't have helped even if I sunk through the floor. I start counting in my mind, 2 squared by 2 squared, squared, a square pyramid squared, a pyramidal structure cubed, a pyramidal structure hypercubed. I feel better, but my head is splitting apart now. Sorry for being rude. It's not your fault. It's never your fault. Fine. You can keep on blaming yourself, but don't overdo it. I don't know why, but I thought I'd be able to take control. I was almost ready to. I was sure I'd be able to change something. After all, I was able to buy milk, you know? Yeah, you ought to know how challenging... Yeah, you ought to know how challenging it was. Is that why you threw away the medicines? What a stupid decision, right? Whatever it was your decision. Does it even matter? Yeah. Somehow I find it hard to believe. Why'd you do that? I felt like I'd be able to fight it on my own. It's true, the pain subsided for a bit at that time, but now I feel it triple in force. It hurts so bad. Just drink your medicine already, or I'll stop talking to you. You know what to do. Dejected, I reach out for the shelf with my medicine. I swallow the pills one after another, chasing away the unpleasant visions that keep floating up in my memory. And yet, my mind still draws a terrifying picture. Lumps of coagulated blood and transparent coating travel down my esophagus, scratching its soft walls, leaving behind furrows. I shake my head violently. I don't care if it makes me feel dizzy or worse in my pain. I just don't want to think about something so repulsive. You still haven't changed. What do you mean? You're afraid of being alone. This worries you much more than pain. Yeah, I guess. I toss the last pill into the air and catch it with my mouth. That's pretty cool. Good for you having that skill. I lie on the floor. I look at the ceiling. I can clearly hear the water running in the metal pipes up there. I hear the cracking of concrete blocks that will someday surely fall on my head. But I'm not afraid of that at all. I can't imagine my death coming from above. Rather, it's rearing its claws from somewhere below, waiting for me to lose focus. Do you want to talk about it? No, I've had enough of talking. What do you want then? I just want to lie down for a bit. Such a random thought. Just be silent. It's a tall room. Is that your sink and mirror right there? I carefully extract thoughts that are yet to be fully formed from my head and lay them out on the ceiling in an orderly rows. Now it's my corkboard. In hopes of seeing the whole picture, I switch them from one place to another, pile them on top of each other, scatter them around. In the end, I throw them off my hand, annoyed, and start over. I can't do it. You can always imagine your thoughts as something small and swarming, like cockroaches. Ew, I hate cockroaches. Can I make them fireflies? I don't mind either way. I don't even have the time to blink before my thoughts, they're fireflies now, start whirling all over the ceiling of their own accord, forming whimsical patterns. I can only observe them and wait for the right moment. It's just that moment doesn't come. The mocking sounds of flapping wings coming from the ceiling make me start losing my patience. Enough, I hate you. I'd spring to my feet and scream at the top of my lungs. The fireflies scatter. Good job. Now start over. No way. Unstable behavior makes you look bad. I don't give a damn. So that doesn't bother you? Should it? No. A lot of people act like this. Really? There's nothing shameful about snapping at someone, if you have a reason for that. You did have a reason, don't you? You'll surely get better, believe me. And now, start over. You're at it again. What do you mean? Never mind. And I've changed my mind anyway. Please don't stay silent for this long anymore. I'm having a hard time without your help. Fine. I raise my eyes to look at the ceiling once more. Sadly, all my fireflies seem to be hiding somewhere. I need to find them. I glance around the room. There are too many places for a creature as small as a firefly to hide here. They can be anywhere. Suddenly I hear a deafening rumble. The clock just hit midnight. It's so late already, but I can't go to bed right now. Will you help me? Please tell me you'll help me. Come on, stop bullying me. You promised to talk to me. What were you thinking while lying on the floor? What do you mean? You should know it better than anyone else. That's the thing. I have no idea. This is weird. Will you tell me? I roll my sleeve and start rubbing my eyes intensely. They're so itchy. My eyes are itchy. Did he bring milk? I wonder if I tear out all my eyelashes one after another while my eyes stop itching. What am I looking at here? I fully can't tell. I wonder if I tear out all my eyelashes one after another. All my eyelashes one after another. If I tear out all my eyelashes one after another. What have you done? I need to gather the glass. And then I need to have a bath. And then, here, drink some milk. I stand in the middle of the room, my mouth agape, gasping for air. I think I just experienced death. I don't know any other way to explain what happened. Well, that was surely something. Will you tell me or not? About what? Let's look for the fireflies instead. You're acting weird. Help me instead of running your mouth. I've already had enough adventures before bed. I need to gather my thoughts quickly and go to bed. My thoughts are hiding from me. So, I'm trying to just think from like the first game and like the clues and everything of like what's going on. I'm assuming like her father like killed himself and she found him or saw him, and now it like just completely like fucked her up, right? Is that kind of like what's going on? And she's trying to like block all those memories out? To be honest, I have no idea where to look for them. Me neither. I guess we'll have to tear the whole place apart. No, 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 and no. If I make even the smallest messes here, I'll feel really bad. All the things should stay in their place and that's it. Why? You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. I don't and I won't. All right then. So we need to find a bunch of tiny insects inside a mountain of junk without moving anything even an inch. Yeah. My oh my. I have an idea. Last time, becoming a visual novel character helped me achieve my goal. I want to become a point-and-click adventure game character. You know, those games have moments when you just look at different objects, something inevitably happens. It sounds so fun. And what about the things you use regularly? Do you refuse to touch them as well? It'd make it even more interesting. So childish. And want to know what's the best part? You'll be the one doing it. Oh no. Ah, yes. I start panicking. As soon as I get in multiple choice situation. I'll just keep changing my mind and end up crying and running away. Do you want that to happen? You're such a handful. You've already proven to me that you're able to make decisions. Why not continue on that road? Come on, don't be so boring. I was just teasing you. You don't have to bear the whole burden. Asking for help is a reasonable decision too. Let's begin, Artie. I go to the middle of the room and look around. Where would I hide if I were a tiny firefly? Ah, this is so thrilling. My heart gets warmer from the pleasant anticipation. Hey, what? Look down. I look down. After a moment, a small ball of light and warmth crawls out from under my sweater. Wowie. Wowie. Was that a firefly? I carefully grab the firefly. It's pleasantly scorching to the touch. I put it on my shoulder. I'm sorry, little guy. Time to come home now. As if it was in order, the firefly slowly drifts up, circles around my head for a bit, then flies into my ear with the speed of a bullet. It tickles. One down. Let's look for the others. Yeah. I mean, is it actually going to be a point and click? Oh, it is. Okay, so we have to look for fireflies. I look down, my school bag worn down and silly. It's almost screaming of its uselessness. From another angle, it looks like a foul belly. Like a full belly. Its contents are also regurgitating, decomposing, and turning into sticky, mushy substance. What a cool image. I need to remember this. Totally not cool. Tell me what's inside your bag instead. Nothing special, mostly just all sorts of books. I've taken out all the pens and notebooks out of there. I'm not interested in anything else. You used to go to school, didn't you? Yeah, I did. I had a blast all the way. Are you sure you understood my question? Do you think everything in my life should be doom and gloom? Well, you're wrong. All right. What would you like? What did you like the most there? Well, the rooms were really bright, not like at home. That's it. Don't rush me, let me remember. Well, the beds were also soft, and the food was nice. By the way, I attended all the classes, the others always skipped. They probably got told off so hard. I smiled gently, absorbed in the warm memories. You never graduated, though. Yeah. Do you remember your last day there? It was a normal day. Dad picked me up earlier than usual. He told me that I'm already too old for the school curriculum. I also realized that some time ago, the tasks were way too easy. Then we got into the car and went home. Mom greeted us there, we had dinner, and went to our rooms. And what happened then? I don't remember. And does it even matter? Tell me about it again. Is your memory that bad? Please. Okay, fine. That day, Dad picked me up from school. Earlier explained to me that I need to grow up. It's not like I could completely grasp what he meant. Either way, I didn't resist. We got into the car and went home. Mom greeted us there. We had dinner together and went to our separate rooms. Satisfied? Tell me about it again. Dad dragged me out of the school building while I was scratching and biting. The teachers didn't interfere. That scene was ordinary for them. Who knows what the little brat has done? Then he pushed me into the car and we drove home in complete silence. Mom greeted us there. We had dinner together and went to our separate rooms. Please, let's not discuss this further. No, you'll tell me again. Dad bought milk on our way home. Again. I hate milk so much. Mom was not home. Again. I hate Mom so much. What happened next? Suddenly, I feel someone's eyes on my back, knowing that these moments should never be ignored. I turn around, but there's nothing there. What happened next? Everything that happened next happened after something that led to everything that happened after what had happened. I looked at my bag again, light pouring into the room through the window glints small metal parts. There's also a shadow underneath it, which meant it's real, sadly. Whatever, I don't care anyway. I almost ended up kicking the bag in a fit of sudden anger, but I managed to stop myself in the nick of time. If I move it even an inch, the whole picture will collapse and I'll go blind. It has already happened countless times. What do you mean you'll go blind? I spent months memorizing the location of every item in my room. That's why I can see them so clearly and vividly. Look at your feet. I look down and see a small insect is crawling towards me from my bag. It's barely glowing and it can't even fly. I guess this firefly is really tired. I bend down and pick it up. Firefly starts to glow brightly as soon as I touch it, and then it flies up. There you go, boy. Good job. After doing a victory lap around the room, it flies towards me with high speed. I shut my eyes, anticipating the firefly to enter my ear. It's exactly what happens. After it gets inside, it buzzes for a while, then goes silent. This one's kind of sad. I wonder why. It doesn't matter. What matters is that it's no longer alone. Sure, let's continue searching. Quite a lot of stuff to look at. What's going on with this? Oh, I can't look at that. I get close to the waistband and look inside with curiosity. Pill packaging, notebook pages, and other garbage. Boring. There's nothing here. Indeed, no self-respecting firefly would hide in a heap of garbage. Can't disagree with you here. This is my sleeping bag. It's soft and warm. I'm sure that no living creature would be able to resist the temptation to spend a minute or two inside. They want to dig deep into it with a couple of favorite items, close their eyes, and then... Hey, did you fall asleep? Huh? I gently slap my cheeks to return myself to my senses. It's already way past midnight. Usually I'd be sleeping like a log at this time, but right now I can't. Let's continue searching. Hey, maybe we'll find something inside. Nah, my thoughts don't have a feature of putting to sleep. Quite the contrary, they always cause insomnia, just like tonight. What? I said searching here is meaningless. Okay. Umbrella. The umbrella emanates a faint sense of coolness. No wonder, it's the only thing that defends me against the thunderclouds that gather above my ceiling. It's such a blessing that it can do it without my help. Still, a firefly won't hide in a place like that. It'll catch a cold and be unable to fly. You don't want to check it? Well, I'm sure we won't find anything there. I look at my laptop. I haven't touched it for years, so it's covered in a layer of dust as thick as my finger. A bizarre item, I fear it. Why? It's a long and boring story. Wonderful, tell me about it. Oh, I insist. I don't remember how it appeared in my room. One of my parents probably brought it here because they couldn't find a better place for it. They didn't prohibit me from using it. On the other hand, they encouraged me to do so. Sure, I've spent my whole days in front of the screen, games, drawing, engineering, calculator, 3D modeling. So much fun stuff to do. You had amusing hobbies. Yeah, I did, before entering the web. Imagine this, you're a hamster that lives underground. You have everything for comfortable living. Did you imagine? As always, your analogies are spot on. Okay, I imagined. All right. So you're a hamster that lives underground. You have everything for comfortable living, okay? Okay. Wonderful. And here's the situation. You're a hamster that lives. Okay, I got it. Do you want to talk about something else? Yeah. You know, I'll end up returning to that subject. Fine. Suddenly, a firefly slowly crawls out of the laptop's vent grill. I reach for it. It gets on top of my palm, blinking all the while. I think it's trying to say something. I can see that myself. If only I knew what. Looks like a cipher? You want to crack it? I changed my mind. I have absolutely no desire to find out what it wants to say. The firefly stops glowing for a moment after that, then starts glowing again, as if coming back to its senses. For some time, it thinks about further course of actions, then flies up and dashes into my ear. Let's continue searching. Your usual notebook pages glued to the wall with duct tape. Numbers are drawn on them. It's the only kind of information I can take in without trouble. Dosage and side effects. Yeah. I thought you knew them by heart. Yeah. This is not your handwriting, isn't it? Of course it's not. Shaky, broken lines, ugly numbers. It's not writing. It's more like claw marks. Don't forget to thank your mom. I don't need your advice. My scream makes the pages rustle restlessly. After a moment, the firefly appears from underneath them. After looking around in a business-like manner, it takes off into a business-like flight and ends up entering my business-like ear. Hey, let's continue searching. I tilt my head backwards and almost fall over. The closet is hanging under the ceiling, at least 300 feet off the floor. Are you joking? Even though it's my room, not everything here is for me to use. Whatever. I don't care. Yeah, I don't care at all. Like, totally. And I'm definitely not worried. Not even a little bit. Not even a smidgen of the littlest bit. Not even for 1,000%. That's how much I don't care. Hey, I'm not even done telling you how much I don't care. From this moment on, I'm ignoring you. No. No, you don't. Then act normal. You have 2 radios? Oh, we can do music. Is that... You can just finish searching? Oh, you have 3 radios. Can you go outside? There's a fan. What's funny about that? I imagine myself being a firefly that is looking straight at a giant fan. And? I'd be so jealous. The only thing preventing it from flying is a cage it's locked in and the cable. It's like an inmate, if you think about it. It's so sad. Yeah. Let's continue searching. Have I looked at everything? So I know there's this finished searching, but I don't know if I'm done. I want to know more information. Right. Insects enjoy pollinating the flowers and stuff like that. Yeah, I guess. I get close to the flower shelf. I sniff around. The leaf smells of dust and cardboard and death. You know, those plants are long dead, right? And I'm not sure a dead plant will be able to attract any insects. Well, we kind of don't have a choice here, you know? Still, you're right. Let's continue searching. Why don't you just throw them out? Are you listening to me at all? Eesh. All right, let's do the finished search. Did I find all of them, though? I managed to gather my thoughts, but something still worries me. On the other hand, I wasn't supposed to be happy anyway. Why not? If I lose something and then find it, it's just going back to the starting point. No change at all. A zero sum. And happiness is always about being positive, right? You shouldn't think too much. It hurts you. I want to sleep. How about you get some fresh air before sleeping? What do you mean? Well, go to the balcony, breathe in some air. Somehow those words trigger a panic attack in me. I subconsciously step away from the balcony. I don't think it's a good idea. Why? This may sound silly, but I feel like someone's watching me. All right, let's stay here. Yeah. What are you gonna do? What's with this silly question? I'm gonna sleep, of course, hoping that tomorrow will only come after a year or a decade. Imagining myself to be outside of my mortal shell, but at the same time still being me. Ridiculous, like milk outside of a bag. And yet, you don't have to talk out loud for me to understand that you're worried about me. I know that already. I also know that our time is running short. You won't take another pill? Of course not. In fact, I won't take it tomorrow either. And the day after tomorrow. And never ever. That's a goodbye then? No. I have one more small favor to ask. A really, really small one. What is it? I blurted out way too much today. A lot of stuff I'd want to forget forever. I don't blame you, but was it really necessary? You'll see tomorrow. No, I wouldn't be able to sleep like this. Fine, what's the favor? I, nervously scratch my wrists and bite my lower lip. Wait a minute, you're afraid to tell me. Yes. I'm also scared that something bad might happen if I tell you. I'm also scared that when something bad happens, something way worse will happen. Stop, I get it already. Still, I won't leave you alone until you tell me. Bully. No, you. I crawl into my sleeping bag. The lower part of the room is very cold. I hurry to wrap myself in a blanket, although the electric heater is working hard to keep me warm. I'm sad because the dreams just won't come anymore. You won't believe me if I tell you how I dealt with it at first. Of course I'll believe you. I know, it was a joke. Well, anyway, I washed my face, brushed my teeth, lied down, and started imagining that I'm watching a dream. I didn't sleep at all, of course. Always looked sleepy in the morning. After a week of insomnia, I started feeling weird and seeing things. Letters floating in the air, strange silhouettes that appeared in the most unexpected of places. Bulging eyes with trembling, pale pupils. It's scary, you know? Then one day, I almost died. I just collapsed in the middle of the room and couldn't move for a while. Then silhouettes, letters, and eyes were hanging over me and hissing. It was horrible. And well-deserved, I guess. I felt like I was caught on the biggest lie in the world, yet it felt exactly like that. After that, I stopped. But the silhouettes, letters, and eyes stayed here. I guess they like this place. They always follow my wake, peeping at me, and I'm kind of scared of them. I can't even argue with them. But today? Well, still too scared to tell me. Of course. You're still listening, you know. Use your hand. All right. I start chaotically twirling my fingers with enthusiasm, forming complex shapes. You want to tell me a bedtime story? Shush. I was trying so hard here. Don't you get it? They'll hear you. Relax, nobody can hear you. What'd you say? I'd be happy to, but I have no idea how to tell them. Oh, I tell you a story. Oh, it's incredibly easy. Just talk about something without stopping. Sounds silly, but it's not, and meaningless. You don't know what you're talking about. I know enough to realize that we'll just end up wasting time. Let's focus on something actually important. Boring. Fine. Close your eyes. I wake up on a wooden bench. In front of me lies a narrow, dimly lit alley. An awfully familiar road. Where could I have seen it? Is this where it left off on the first game? Where we were on the bench? Finally. I hear a voice coming from the side, and I turn around to see a boy with a weird expression on his face. You're late. Who are you? The boy blinks in bewilderment. We're not going anywhere like this. Try again. Then he takes a very deep breath. You are late. I stare at him confused. He stares back, also confused. Sorry? The boy nods, satisfied. See? Much better. Do you have a name? My name's Tresca. I give the brat an evaluating look. He's so young, yet already coming at me with questions like that? None of your business. And besides, will anyone tell me what I'm doing here? Hey, that's rude. It's not like that there's somebody else here besides me. Haven't they told you anything? I know all there is to know, for one. About what? You're obligated to escort me to the store. Tresca says that and strikes a victory pose. No way, I'm not doing that. You do understand that refusal is futile. Well, aren't you full of yourself? I'm serious. I'm not the one who decided that. Do you think I'm delighted with your company? He's weird, constantly shifting between happiness, sadness, loudness, silence. He's a wacko. And his name is stupid. Are we going or what? You can go. I need to think. I'd be happy to, but I don't know the way. Tresca puts on a cunning smile. I bite my lower lip in frustration. I'll be honest with you. I don't like you. He simply bursts out laughing in reply. I do like you, though. And he grabs my hand without hesitation. I don't have time to retort. Lead the way. Our trip to the store went fine. It's not for the fact that Tresca was walking faster than me. And on the other hand, at times he stopped abruptly and went backwards, studying the ground underneath his feet. In the end, the trip took a lot longer than it should. What the hell does that say? Zamit? After reaching the store's doors, we're greeted by a sign. We're closing in 20 minutes. That doesn't say that. I guess 20 minutes. Who had the bright idea to indicate the working hours in this way? They probably have special staff for this. Someone who runs to change the sign every 5 minutes. It's convenient. Are you joking? Yeah. You're so annoying. It's much better than being boring. How old are you, by the way? None of your business. What's your name? None of your business. I was ready to slap the living hell out of the brat, but a scary-looking man suddenly appeared behind the glass. He was holding a cardboard sign that says, "We're closing in 15 minutes. Let's go. What are you waiting for? Huh? Oh, yeah. After another round of going across the long rows of canned products, we realized that we're lost. Can't believe you don't know where they sell milk. Maybe we should ask someone for directions? Sure. Hey, wait up. Tresca lets go of my hand and walks confidently toward one of the few store's customers. That person is standing with their back to us, studying something on the shelf. Hello, can I can't hear neither the second part of his question nor the reply he gets, but my good-for-nothing friend freezes in place, looking the customer straight in the eye. I hurry towards them. Is it yours? The customer talks to me. He speaks with disgust while wearing a scornful expression. If he's yours, please get him away from me. Yes, I'm sorry. I grab Tresca's hands and lead him away. He's still looking at the customer, his mouth ajar, his eyes popped. He's also shaking. Only when we turn around the corner, Tresca calms down. What was that? I got so scared. He said, what? No, not again. Suddenly, Tresca starts screaming like crazy. I cover his mouth with my hand. His face is burning and he's crying. Can you act normal? You don't understand. Of course I don't. I don't understand anything. Annoying other people is still wrong, though. This is something you don't understand, it seems. You're mean. Who, me? Tresca pushes me away and runs off. Drat. At the edge of my vision, I see the store's staff hang a new sign on the door. There you are. I meet Tresca at the cash register. Before that, I managed to visit the milk department after finding out where it was. Hey, you, move. I hear an angry voice coming from the other side of the long queue that's formed after Tresca. I squeeze through towards him. What happened? The boy doesn't respond. He just looks at his feet and sniffs. The cashier towers over him. There's a bag of milk lying between them. Again, it's not a bag of milk. Is it? Oh, and is that like a paper bag with milk inside? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe the milk is still a carton, but it's in a bag to like take home. Is it yours? Yes. Just leave him home next time. People in the queue nod in agreement. Pay for the goods, please. Yes, of course. And the waiting fee? What? You heard me. I did, but that's unheard of. Tresca starts giggling all of a sudden. And for the fact that your son's... Whoa. But you heard me. You know what? In a fit of rage, I throw a banknote up to the customer of a much higher value than needed. He Even counting in all the stupid fees. Then grab the milk and turn around on my heels. We're leaving, Tresca. We spend the whole trip in silence. At some point, we end up turning towards the gas station where Tresca finally breaks his silence. You like ice cream? No. Okay. I look up at the boy's face. A light flickers in his eyes for a brief moment, then goes out. You know? He turns away from the path and walks straight towards the highway with determination. I stare at his back, confused. Seems like you're not helping me at all. A new playful light flickers in Tresca's eyes. Did she get a dream? Hates that O again, right? Milk outside a bag of milk outside a bag. I loved these games. They were fantastic. I don't know what is going on though. Like even slightly. No clue. Like I kind of get it, right? Like there's something going on with her. Stuff has happened, but I don't know what's real and what is in her head, you know? But I loved it. The style, the story, all of it was just fantastic. God, that was good. Well, everyone, that was Milk Outside a Bag of Milk Outside a Bag of Milk, and the previous one was Milk Inside a Bag of Milk Inside a Bag of Milk. Amazing stuff. Honestly, yeah. Check out the link in the description below if you'd like to play these games, because they were amazing. Check out the developer too. I don't play visual novels very often. But like the past two I played, like Sunflower Pie was like pretty good. I loved the whole thing of Sunflower Pie. The end was like turned into like a stereotypical like anime visual novel in like the last seconds. So I really enjoyed the first part. And this though was just fantastic. All of it. It was amazing. I don't have any words other than I really enjoyed it. So yeah. If you'd like, check out the playlist above for 3 scary games, or if scary is not your cup of tea, we also do chill, fun, easygoing weekend games. So there's lots of those as well you can check out on my channel. And that's all I got. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and share. We're on our way to 10,000 subscribers. And then watch hours is what we need. Currently need like 1,000 watch hours. Well, we need like 100 for one tier, and then we need 1,000 for another. So we're almost there. We're like 75% and like, I don't know, like 99% on the other one. So thank you to anyone who watches or subscribes. You guys are the best. And yeah, fantastic stuff. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful evening. Goodbye.